W8WKY. W8WKY.
This is KE8VZA, don't know my own call sign. Standing by here for check-ins for the Beacon Net. We will be starting the pre-show at the bottom of the hour. I have a NetLogger window open here, and if anybody would like to get on the list before the pre-show, I'm listening, KE8VZA.
Well, we can't leave you totally hanging there, Eric. KE8VZA, KD8EPC. Good evening.
KD8EPC, KE8VZA. Good to hear you there, Dustin. How you doing?
W8WKY.
Well, Eric, I am just living the dream, my friend. If I was doing any better, I'd think I was still asleep. Hi. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty well. Had some of the family over today, and we cooked out, and they're enjoying dessert right now. And I had to bid them adieu so I could come in here and do the net. So things are good. Thanks. Anything interesting on your end of town there?
You know, I worked all day. I went and got some pizza this afternoon after work with some friends, and then some ice cream, and that's about it. But I've got tomorrow off, so I'm kind of looking forward to sleeping in a little bit there.
I hear you there. I dream about sleep. I love sleep. I'm addicted to it. The United States Navy made me addicted to it. But, yeah, I like it. I'm down with that plan.
I think I've got that same sleep addiction as you. It must be contagious there. But, yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to having tomorrow off. I've got a steak I just pulled out of the freezer and threw in the fridge, so I think that'll be good to throw on the grill tomorrow afternoon there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to go. We did some burgers and some brats, and XYL bought some of those fancy burgers at Giant Eagle, you know, with the cheese and the bacon and the, you know, and then special seasoning. And I always scoff at those because I think most of that junk burns off by the time the burger's cooked.
Ooh, you know, I've had those before. I've had the ones with the cheese and the bacon in them. I've also had I had one that had something else in it. It was like a maple bourbon burger that Giant Eagle made. And it had like it had little chunks of bacon in it and little flakes of some kind of maple something. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I had those exact burgers for dinner like a week or so ago.
It could be that I'm burning them too much. KE8VZA.
You know, I think you're right, though. I think a lot of that does burn off in the process. But, hey, as long as you still get a little bit of the flavor, that's all that matters there. All right there, Eric. We got just a couple of minutes, so I'll let you get back to it and see if you can't pick anybody up there. And I do see you got a couple there, Chuck and the blue screen, in and out, and then Eddie. So we'll see if we can get a few more, rack them up, and have a good evening. But with that, this is KD8EPC, and I'm going to be standing by here for the Mickey Mouse roll call.
AB8MO.
Hey, there he is. A bear ate my oatmeal. I think that's how it goes. Gotcha, Andy.
A bear ate my oatmeal. Hey, that's a pretty good one, too. Yeah, I just came up with Angry Bears ate my oysters, but a bear ate my oatmeal works out, too, yeah. I'll be here for the net, but I'm probably going to go to bed shortly after my turn, so I'd like to be kind of close to the top of the list. Thanks, Eric. AB8MO.
got you on the list. This is KE8VZA here. I will be the pre-show net controller for the Beacon Net. It's now almost the bottom of the hour. I ask that all stations please stand by while we await eagerly our lovely announcer to kick off the pre-show. KE8VZA.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
And there she is, QST. I am KE8VZA. The personal here is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie, and I will be the net controller for the pre-show for the Beacon Net. And we are here on the W8 WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, 147 Mark 390 megahertz, positive offset, with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. If you'd like to check your settings there, I just did. Anyway, I have a few people I picked up from the blue screen. I picked up WB4AIZ Chuck, who asked to be in and out, 73 Chuck. I got Eddie, W3ETB, and Kelly, KC0LRM, and Andy, whom we just spoke with, AB8MO. So I am looking for more check-ins, but before we do that, we're going to go down through our Mickey Mouse roll call and make sure everybody is dialed in and sounded good. So first we're going to start with Nick at Night, KE8QKO. How you doing, Nick?
KE8QKO. Good evening, Eric. Good evening. Doing fine. Enjoying a nice, relaxing day. Yesterday was a little busy. Had a barbecue. I did a lot of cooking yesterday. And tomorrow's an air show, so today's just a relaxing, kind of do nothing for the weekend day. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, sir. KE8QKO.
Roger, sounds good. Yeah, my weekend's been about the same so far. Not going to go to the air show this year, but I think next year I'm going to have to go. It's been a while, but I hope that was a good, or I can't remember what day you said you were going. Tomorrow, maybe? Anyway, hope you enjoy it or enjoyed it. Next on the list we have Dustin, KD8EPC. How you doing tonight, Dustin? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA and the Beacon Net pre-show. This is KD8EPC. Well, good evening to you once again, Eric. I am going to stick around. Hopefully we'll be awake and stuff when the time comes around to us towards the end of the evening, but in the meantime we'll be lurking in the blue screen and having a good old time. With that, this is KD8EPC. Back to pre-net control.
All right, Dustin, good hearing you tonight. And we'll clear with KD8EPC for now, and we'll roll on down to our next station, KD8SLG, Just Nick, who might still be out at Camp David. Just Nick, are you out there, and are you going to hang around for the big show?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and all of the Beacon netizens. I am still at Camp David for the Peace Summit this weekend. I think we're going to make it through until the end of tonight. I'll be around. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Just Nick, sounds good. Just remember to keep up those negotiations. You know, we gotta hold firm on our stance. Anyway, I'm just making it up as I go along. Good to hear you tonight, Just Nick. KD8SLG will clear with you, and I am KE8VZA. We will go on down to Josh, W8HRF. How you doing tonight, Josh? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA and the Beacon Net, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric. Good evening to everybody on the net. I will be sticking around. I'm going to be at the desk for a while here. Having a good weekend as well. yeah, it's been nice to just relax and not have anything properly defined. But yeah, I'm sitting here struggling. I just got it to work. I was just trying to log into my Minecraft account from years ago, and I have been reminded why I stopped playing video games, because by the time you get logged in and set everything up, it's already been an hour and it's time to go to bed. So, okay, I'm going to go try to play a game. We'll be here listening. KE8VZA W8HRF.
W8WKY.
All right there, Josh. Sounds good. I've never played Minecraft. It looked interesting. My son used to play it, and maybe I'll give it a whirl one of these days. Good to hear you, Josh. And we'll clear with W8HRF, and we will roll on down to Lucy, KE8YUK. How you doing, Lucy? And are you keeping Josh in line there?
Good evening, Eric and the net. If I have to keep him in line, that means I have to be in line, and that sounds hard. I have played Minecraft only because he got me into it, and there's something satisfying about building things and having things mostly under your control until you get shot by a skeleton, which is the worst, except for when you're blown up by a creeper, which is also the worst. The amount of times you can get sabotaged or jump scared by an in-game monster is a lot higher than one would expect from such a building-centric game. So we'll see how tonight goes. It's good to hear everybody, and we'll be sticking around for the net. Back to you.
Okay, Lucy, I don't know, creepers, that sounds kind of creepy. Anyway, sounds cool. Again, I will have to check that game out. What I've seen of it so far, it did look pretty interesting. And, yeah, I could see the satisfaction factor there, too. That's pretty cool. We'll clear with KE8YUK, and we'll give a shout-out. Yeah, he may still be on another net. KE8VZA. This is KE8VZA. KI5DAY, this is KE8VZA. Just checking to see if you're out there yet, Alan, for the Beacon Net. Okay, hearing nothing. Alan will be with us in a bit, I bet. And sounded like we had the machine that goes peeing out there. If you ever saw the movie Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, that's a reference to that, the machine that goes ping. Anyway, so there we have it, our Mickey Mouse roll call. And I will read you who I have thus far. I have WB4AIZ Chuck, who asked to be in and out, W3ETB Eddie, K5CFY Ray in our 10th slot, and KC0LRM Kelly, AB8MO Andy, and I added KE8ZZR Harry. And now we will take some more check-ins. If you would like to get on the list for the Beacon Net, please call now. I am KE8VZA.
KE8VZA, this is Alpha A to Charlie, Sierra AA8CS, Gary in Fairlawn, and I will be in and out this evening. 73, everybody.
All right, Gary, Alpha 8CS, we got you on the list. Thanks for checking in with us, Gary, and have a good weekend going further. 73. All right, this is KE8VZA. Any other check-ins for the Beacon Net, please call now. Crickets. KE8VZA returning. That's all right. We will go ahead to the check-ins that we have here. And like I said earlier, Chuck, WB4AIZ, checked in with us earlier in the blue screen. He is going to be in and out tonight. 73, Chuck. And next on the list is Eddie, W3ETB. How you doing, Eddie? And are you having a pretty good weekend so far? And are you going to stick around for the beacon, the rest of the net?
Yeah, hi, Eric. Yeah, I'll be here for the rest of the net. Probably, well, actually for a while anyway. But I've got some other things I need to get done, and I probably will fall asleep in a little while. So at least hopefully I'll be here to answer the questions for the trivia question. Actually, answer the answers is, oh, okay. Well, anyway, you can count on me, Eric. W3TV, back to that.
Okay, Eddie, very good. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log, is sticking around. We'll clear with W3ETB, and we'll go, and next on the list is K5CFY. He might still be on another net. K5CFY, Ray, are you out there, and are you going to stick around for the main net? Okay, nothing heard. Have no fear. Ray will most likely join us shortly. Next, we'll roll on down to Kelly, KC0LRM. How you doing tonight, Kelly? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Okay, ADGA. Hey, thanks for getting me in there, Eric. Yes, I will be sticking around. Wouldn't miss it. And, yeah, I can hear Ray talking on the other net, so I'm sure he'll be over here. All right, back to you.
All right, Kelly, no problem. Got you on the log here. Sticking around. We'll clear with KC0LRM for now and roll on down to Andy, AB8MO. Spoke with you a little bit earlier, Andy, and how you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KZA and the beacon AB8MO. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay around at least until my turn, but probably not the entire net, because I am really tired and I got to get up to run the barometer net in the morning. Sounds like Josh connected 015. It'll be up to you, Josh, to disconnect it, because I'm probably not going to last through to that. Back to you, Eric. This is AB8MO.
All right, Andy, very good. And as soon as you said that you're sticking around at least until your turn, I just remembered you already told me that. Anyway, thanks for refreshing my memory. Very good. Got you on the log here. We'll clear with AB8MO for now and go on down to Harry, KE8ZZR. How you doing tonight, Harry? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Hey, good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens out there. Yes, I will be sticking around for the big show. So back to you, Eric. KE8ZZR.
All right, very good, Harry. Got you on the list here as sticking around. Okay, we'll clear with KE8ZZR. I am KE8BZA. I am the net controller for the pre-show for the Beacon Net on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. The frequency is 147 Mark 390, PL tone of 114 Mark 8, and the repeater has a positive offset. We have gone through our list of check-ins. Actually, the last one on the list here that I have so far is Gary, AA8CS, who asked to check in and out there. Thanks, Gary, 73. And I'm looking for more check-ins. We still have 15 minutes till the start of the net, top of the hour. If you're on the log for the Beacon Net, please call now.
NTAT, Dave Copley, short time. 4 India Tango. Kilo Zulu 4 India Tango. James.
W8WKY.
All right, I'm going to pick it up there. I copied 2 more stations there. NT8D, Dave, who's short time. We'll get right back to you, Dave. And James, KZ4IT, gotcha. And I'll be right back with you, James. I'm going to check in with Dave. NT8D, how you doing tonight, Dave? And are you going to stick around for the big show? Or are you just getting your ticket punched tonight?
And we're just going to punch the ticket, get out your puncher. I want to thank Andy. Andrew, I think, is doing the barometer net for me tomorrow morning. I appreciate that. Got out on Fairport Harbor today with a guy from Toledo. We had 15 to 20 knot winds out there. Broke a shackle on one of my blocks when I did a jibe, so that cut our day a little bit short. So we're doing boat repairs and getting through the holidays, but I had a chance to check in with the net. Want to say hello to everybody because I don't usually get on the beacon net. So I really appreciate you guys being on the WAWKY repeater. Throw it back to net control. This is NT8D, Dave, and not in Copley this time, but we'll catch you guys again very shortly. And please join us in the mornings on the barometer net. Back to net control.
All right, Dave. Well, I'm glad you made it back to shore okay, and that you and your crew are okay. And sorry to hear about little mishap there, but sounds like it's something within your capability to fix from what I've gleaned thus far. So definitely good luck with that. And thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. And 73 to you, Dave. We'll clear with NT8D. And we're going to go down to James, KZ4IT. How you doing tonight, James? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Good evening there. This is Kilo Zulu 4 India Tango. My name's James. It's a cool 71 degrees here in East Tennessee, and yeah, I'm going to stick around for the big show. I'm off work tomorrow, so stay up into the wee hours with you guys and listen to the net. So I appreciate you taking my call, and I'll turn it back over to you while I wait for the big show.
All right, very good, James. Thanks for joining us from Tennessee. Got you on the log here at sticking around. And we'll clear with KZ4IT for now, and we'll go on down. We're at the bottom of the list. We still have, just shy of 12 minutes left. And if there are any other stations out there who would like to check into the beacon net, please call now.
Oscar Zulu, Quebec.
Whiskey 2, Juliet, Lima, Sierra, John, in Fairlawn.
Okay, I'm going to pick it up there.
Fox Queen Victor, KC8F, QE and Aurora, Mark.
Okay, I'm going to pick it up there. This is KE8VZA returning. The first station that checked in, I think you had a Quebec in your call sign. If you could please read your call sign again phonetically. I didn't quite catch all of it.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu, Quebec. It's Chuck and Parma.
All right, Chuck, I I need your suffix. I got Kilo Echo 8, and I still didn't quite hear all of the suffix there. Please.
Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Zulu Quebec.
Perfect. Thank you. I got it that time. Got you on the log there, Chuck. KE8OZQ, Oscar Zulu, Quebec. Nice call sign. Good, good. Okay. Also copied W2JLS and KC8FQV. Anybody else would like to get on the log before we work our next batch of check-ins? Please call now.
Whiskey 8, Kilowatt Foxtrot Whiskey, Carl, Ravenna.
All right, Carl in Ravenna, could you please repeat your call sign? I guess I'm a little slow tonight.
Whiskey 8, Kilowatt Foxtrot Whiskey, or Whiskey 8, Kentucky Fried Wings.
All right, very good, Chuck. Got it that time. Thank you. Whiskey 8, Kilo Foxtrot Whiskey. Perfect. Got it. Any other check-ins?
For Echo X-ray. For Echo 0 X-ray.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha returning. I think I heard 4 Zulu X-ray Echo, was it? Could you please repeat?
For Echo 0 X-ray. For Echo 0 X-ray.
Very good. I copied 4 Echo 0 X-ray. Got you there. Is that call sign correct? 4 Echo 0 X-ray?
Yes, sir, Control. Just joining your evening net, and good morning from the Philippines. For Echo 0 X-ray with the handle of Joel. Just joining the net, 73, back to you.
All right, very good, Jonah. Got you on the list here for Echo 0 X-ray. Any other check-ins? Please call now. There might have been a station trying to check in there. You just barely opened the repeater. If you could give it another try. All right, last station, I still didn't hear anything other than you just barely opened the repeater for a couple seconds. I don't know if there's anything you can do to improve your situation there, maybe some more power, or if you're on an HT, change locations. I'm going to go ahead and work the list, and we'll call for more check-ins in a bit here. First, on this last batch, I've got Chuck, KE8, OZQ. How you doing tonight, Chuck? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Doing well. I'm actually up late. Usually I'm in bed, getting ready for work for the next day. I got tomorrow off. But no, we're probably going to head out tonight. Just probably a one and done. And appreciate it. Everybody have a good week tomorrow. And 73s.
W8WKY.
All right there, Chuck. Well, hey, thanks for checking in with us tonight in 73, and you have a good evening. We'll clear with KE8OZQ and go on down to John, W2JLS. Hi, John. It's been a little while since I heard you, but good hearing you tonight. Are you going to stick around for the big show?
Hey, good evening on your ears, Eric. Yeah, I'm in the radio room, and I don't have a whole lot of stuff I'm on the hook for tonight, so I think tomorrow is Labor Day, observed, and I'm hanging out. I'm playing radio tonight down in the radio room, so count me in for the fun. Good to hear you in the air.
Very good, John. Got you on the log here. It's good to hear you in the air, too. We'll clear with W2JLS, and I'm just down to the next station, KC8FQV. Mark in Aurora. How you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KCFQV. What is that, a joke, are you asking me? Is that a joke? Yeah, I'm going to stick around. So, yeah, not much else are happening. I could have gone up to Sandusky. I should have looked at the schedule. I would have gone up there, and that's where I would have been at right now. But I'll be back there. So we'll send it back to Net, KCFQV.
All right, Mark. Well, hey, I just wanted to give you the option in case you didn't want to hang around, but we're glad that you're here and on the log is sticking around. We'll clear with KC8FQV for now and go on down to Carl, Whiskey 8 Kilo Fox Whiskey. How you doing tonight, Carl? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Did POTA today, got my 10 contacts activated, West Branch, and no, I'm getting up early tomorrow, and I think I might go to the Cuyahoga Valley and work that part tomorrow. So count me in and out, and everybody out there have a good evening, and I'll be listening here. I got the radio bedside till I fall asleep. W8KFW.
Okay, Carl. Well, hey, thanks for checking in with us tonight, and glad you enjoyed POTA and are going to enjoy some more POTA tomorrow. Sounds good, and good luck. Happy hunting, and we'll clear with W8KFW, and we'll go on down to Joel, 4 Echo 0 X-Ray from the Philippines. How you doing tonight, Joel, and are you going to stick around for the main net? 4 Echo 0 X-Ray. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha. How you doing, Joel? Are you going to stick around for the main net tonight? All right. Perhaps he was in and out. I didn't hear him say that, but maybe he is. Anyway, we'll clear with 4 Echo 0 X-Ray, and we are out of time. It is almost the top of the hour, and just like to thank everyone for checking in a nice, orderly fashion. It was good to have a few seconds to chit-chat with each one of you. And we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Nick at Night. And if you are still waiting to check in, I know there was a station out there who just barely broke open the repeater. Nick at Night will roll into more check-ins here in just a few minutes. So if you could just hang on till then. So this is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, and I'm going to turn it over to our net control station, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar. Take it away, Nick.
Thank you, Eric, and fine business on the pre-show as always. Okay, good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is K8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink WEWKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside Network, and various other repeaters, so we ask you to keep for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit, so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. Nothing heard there. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Go.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. The last station that tried to check in, I think you keyed up a little too quick and the digital nodes did not sync up. Can you retransmit, but hold your microphone, key down your microphone for about 2 seconds before you start talking so we can pick up everything you have to say.
Again, Copley.
All right, can we try that one more time? I got in Copley.
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf. Mark in Copley.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Got you that time. Not sure what was going on there, but for whatever reason, you were getting cut off at the beginning, and all I heard was the end. On the second one, I thought that might have been you, but I wanted to ask just to be safe. All right, so we have K4OG, and then we also had two from the blue screen, KF5ADE and KG5SYC. Are there any additional check-ins for the Beacon Net? Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. I don't see Alan on the blue screen, so I'm guessing he's still in his previous net. So what we'll do is we're going to go up and talk to Eric, our trivia master this evening, and get our primary question. We'll start going through our check-ins to the Beacon Net, and then when Alan shows up, we'll go back and get rechecks from those people to get the answer for their alternate question. So, KAVZA, Eric, would you like to read the primary question?
KE8QKO, this is KE8VZA with the main trivia question. So I deviated a little bit from having a question rooted in radio, science, technology, etc., being that it is Labor Day weekend. So what year was Labor Day established as a national holiday in the U.S. by Congress? Your choices are Alpha, 1809, or Bravo, 1894, or Charlie, 1900, or Delta 1911. I'll take a break for time and come back and read this again. KE8 VZA returning with the main trivia question. What year was Labor Day established as a national holiday in the U.S. by Congress? Your choices are Alpha 1809, Bravo 1894, Charlie 1900, or Delta 1911. This is KE8 VZA. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute, and we'll turn it back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Sounds like the American Airlines net closed down. Ray's here, and it seems like he's the one that closed it down about being reported 3 or 4 minutes ago. So we're going to go up and we're going to make a call for him, see if he's out there and not in the blue screen yet. It's always fun to catch Alan when he hasn't started typing in the blue screen. He gets all out of he gets kind of all not ready, which is kind of funny. So KI5 DAY, Alan, are you out there? And are you ready for the alternate trivia? All right, doesn't sound like he's out there yet. Oh, well, it happens. Let's go down and let's start talking to people. We've got W3ETB. Oh, first, before Eddie, we have WB4AIZ, who is in now. Should call that out. And then go down to W3ETB. Eddie, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yeah, hi, Nick, and all the other Beacon netizens out there. Doing pretty good here. Not that much going on today. Just kind of hanging around the house and didn't go anywhere for the holiday. Stayed in and probably will stay in tomorrow. Tomorrow we're probably going to have some fish. Nothing on the grill. Just have some Mrs. Paul's breaded fish fillets, beer battered breaded fish fillets, and maybe some other things. We got some corn on the cob, so maybe we'll fix some of that as well. Let's see, we'll go ahead and try to see if we can cast an answer for the trivia question here. That's a tough one. At first I misheard the first letter, A. I thought it was 1909. I was going to go with that. But then when I read it here, I said, 1809 is A, so that's not too good. Now, I don't know if they had really decided to have a Labor Day way back then. And I don't want to bias anybody's opinion on what they might say. So, but I'm going to go with C, which is probably wrong, but I'll go with it anyway. 1900. I'll turn it back to you there and let you get on down the list. W3ETV, back to net.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know about. I've heard that question before. I don't remember the answer. One thing I do know, and I don't want to say this is a spoiler, but some states celebrated Labor Day before it was official in the United States. Some of those dates could be confusing. It could be distractors put in there for a particular state. Just a crazy thought. All right, thanks, Eddie. Looks like Alan is in the blue screen, and he has posted the question. So let's go talk to KI5 DAY Alan to get the alternate question read. Alan, take it away.
Hey, Nick, yeah, can you give me just 1 minute? I got a typo in there. I have to finish out an answer that I did not put the complete answer for, so if you'll give me about 1 minute, I'll be right back.
Absolutely, Alan. What we'll do now is we'll go talk to K5TFY, Ray, see how he's doing, and get his comments, and then we can come back to you. So, Ray, take it away.
this is K5CFY. Thanks for getting me in there. Didn't make the free net. I was running the American Airlines net tonight. But anyway, I'm going to go with Delta and Charlie. I can read minds, and I don't have much to work with Alan, but I'm going to go with Delta and Charlie. We'll give it back to you there. Thanks for running the net. You do an awesome job, and thank what's his name on the keyboard there. We'll say 73 to you. K5CFY.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, we got your answers down as Delta and Charlie. Looks like Alan just reposted in the blue screen. And yes, we always appreciate Eric and all he does to help out with the nets on Sunday night. So thank you, Eric. We always appreciate you. Let's go over and talk to KI5. Actually, before I go to Alan, I need to identify. This is K8QKO with a WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 3, and I know positive offset with a PL tone of 104 Mark 8. Now we can go talk to KI5 DAY Alan and get his primary or alternate question read for us. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, thanks, Nick. Sorry about that. I just had a little typo. I accidentally erased half of one of my answers and had to re-put it in there. But we got it fixed. Thanks, Larry. Helped me out with that one. But this is KI5DAY with tonight's alternate trivia question. And, oh, my goodness, yeah. We've had one before about a specific thing that I really enjoy, otters. This is another question about otters. Give me a second, and I will reset, and I will ask the question. Okay, here's tonight's bizarre alternate trivia. Otters will often store things like rocks, food, sticks, and other things to use later. Where do they store these things? A, under their armpits. B, in a separate part of their nest. C, they bury them like dogs. Or D, they hide them in the Cornwaldobine family cemetery. KI5DAY, back to you.
All right, thank you, Alan. I'm going to have to think about that one. There's a couple of good answers there I might want to go after. Question, though, you said you really like otters. Are you a big fan of Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas at Christmas time? I know my wife is. She has to watch it all the time, every year.
I am not familiar with Edmonton Otters. Is that a hockey team? Hi.
No, it's an old holiday special, Christmas special. Also, that used to be played on TV. It's called Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Definitely some very old production in that. As far as it's kind of like the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer sort of quality. But my wife loves it. She gets a kick every year when it jumps on and hops on. So I didn't know if you were, being a fan of otters, a familiar of that and a fan of that as well. Anyway, we'll leave it there. And let's go back down and talk to W3ETV Eddie and see what his alternate trivia answer is.
Yeah, I want to say hi to Alan, and thanks for coming up with such a wild and crazy trivia question there, Alan. You always come through. So what I'm going to do is, on the alternate trivia question, I'm going to go with A, because I guess if I was an otter, I probably would store things under my armpit. And there's probably some things that are there now. Oh yeah, there's something. I didn't know I had that. Anyway, okay, so I'll go with A for Alan's, and I think I did C for the main trivia question. So we'll go ahead and turn it back to you, so you can go ahead and go on down the list. W3TV, back to net.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Got your answers down as Charlie and Alpha. All right, let's go on and get this thing moving. We have KC0LRM. Kelly, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
getting me in there. Hold on a second. Let me turn that radio there off. Give you my answers there. I think I'm going to go with D for the first one, and A sounds good for the second one. Hope everybody having a good day out there. And I know it's Labor Day, but I feel like it's procrastination day because that's what I've been doing all day. Well, with that, I'll get some labor done tomorrow. All right, back to you, and I let you get on down the list. Everybody have a good evening.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Got your answers down in Delta and Alpha. Yeah, I got to say I feel the same way. I didn't do hardly anything today, and it felt fabulous. I feel like the first time where I haven't had a ton of things going on, I can actually just sit around and not do something in quite a while. So it's been a great day. All right, next station, the VAB8MO. Andy, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for us tonight?
KAQKO from AB8MO. Well, I'm tired. Was at the Geauga County Fair most of the afternoon. I did a lot of standing, which is like the worst thing for my back. So I got a lot of back pain right now, although it's better now that I'm laying down. But I think I'm going to sleep well tonight, although all that not so wholesome food I ate just at the fair is not sitting well with my stomach now, so I'm probably going to have to take a few more Tums and a coffee, because as Dave pointed out, I am guest net control station for the barometer net in the morning, so I'll probably be running it through 015, because I don't think you guys want to hear me on RF the way it's supposed to be. If you want to understand what I'm saying, I got to run it through Allstar, so that's what I'm going to do. Alrighty, for the trivia question, I don't know, stored under their armpits. I like that one. I don't think it's right, but that grabbed my attention, so I'll go with the armpit. Oh, that A, and I was thinking of your question about, I think you said the establishment of Labor Day. I don't think the labor movement really got rolling until the early 20th century. I could be wrong, so I'll just say 1911. So I guess would that be DA, Delta Alpha? So anyway, did have a wonderful time with the family. With my mom and my brother and his family, and it's just enjoyable to go and watch my little nieces enjoy themselves. They're growing up fast. One just started kindergarten, the other one started second grade. I still remember when they were born. How time flies. Back to you there, Nick. Thanks for picking up the net, and maybe I'll catch you in the morning. You can tell I'm tired. KAQKO, this is AB8MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Got your answers down for Delta and Alpha. And yeah, those nieces grow up fast. I still have on my profile picture on my Gmail account, it's still a picture of my niece when she was, I don't know, 7, 8 maybe. And she was, I bought her a hat, like the Jessie from the old Toy Story movies. She wore that hat for years, and then now she's in college. So, that's how it goes. Yeah, they're a lot of fun when they're younger. They love their uncles when they're younger. They get older, and you're not there. You're not important. Mom and Dad are barely important at that point. But yeah, it's good times. Good times. We have a small family, so we're all very close. Anyway, got your answers down there, and good luck tomorrow morning. I might be able to check in. Not depending on my schedule's a little different, but if you're still running the net after 8, I'll probably be checking in. And our next station is K8ZZR. Harry, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is K8ZZR. Good evening, Nick. Not too much. Kind of a relaxing day. Had a club picnic for the RC airplane group that I belong to, the Doylestown Barnstormers. We had our summer picnic day today, so enjoyed the camaraderie with the RC airplane group and that. Other than that, that's about it. Yeah, tomorrow's Labor Day. It's hard to believe the summer's about shot here. So, anyways, getting back to the trivia questions. On the main trivia, I'm going to go with B, 1894, and the alternate will be C. C as in Charlie. With that, I'll turn it back to you. 73s, this is KE8ZZR.
All right, thank you, Harry. Got your answers down there as Bravo and Charlie. Our next two stations here are in and out. That's A8CS and NTAD. That takes us down to, before I go any further, this is KEQKO with a WWKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PO tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going to check into the beacon net. And our next station is KZ4IT. I believe that's James. I need to get my... James, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight? Kilo Zulu 4, India Tango, KZ4IT. James, are you out there? Do you have comments for the beacon net? All right, nothing heard there. Perhaps he had to step away. Our next station is K8 OZQ. Chuck, who was in and out, and that takes us down to W2JLS John. How you doing, sir? Haven't heard you in a bit. And what do you have for us this evening?
Holy crap, it's me already. Wow. All right, KE8QKO. Good to hear you, Nick, at night. Yeah, I apologize. I haven't been around as much as usual. Well, I say usual. I haven't been around as much lately. But, yeah, it's good to be here tonight. Nice to hear everybody. And trivia questions. Let's see, I'm going to go with, I'm going to have to read the questions here off of the blue screen. I'm definitely on with the armpit thing for the otter. And I do appreciate you bringing up the Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Back when I was a young guy in high school, I remember watching that, and I have this on DVD, and I actually tried looking at this last Christmas, and I'll just say this, my remembrance of it was better than watching it last Christmas. It didn't age well for me, and I think some of it was the quality of the video was just not spectacular. It was like watching it at your mom's house. It's nostalgic, don't get me wrong. I like Henson, and I thought that was pretty creative. And I did look it up. It was like 1977. It goes back a ways. I probably saw it as a child and then later. But, yeah, cool memory. Thanks for bringing that up. Let's see, back to the trivia questions. Yeah, the Labor Day thing seems to come up, not unsurprisingly, every Labor Day here in Radio Land. I'm going to go with, I think, choice C is my guess. But yeah, again, thanks for having me tonight, and hope everyone has an awesome weekend. W2JLS, back to you, sir.
W8WKY.
All right, thanks for checking in with us there, John. I know I heard your answers. They didn't register. Something like that. Charlie and Alpha. There they are. I knew they'd show up in the logger. Good to hear you. And you're right. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas did not age well at all. I'm not a fan. My wife loves it, though. So every year it shows up, and then she wants to watch it and has to watch it. And I go do something else. So thanks for checking in, sir. And our next station here is KC8FQV. Mark. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
KCFQV here. Yeah, I had to wake the screen up. Well, we're using the ON tonight. Yeah, I never know which one I'll use. I got the Galaxy S7 or whatever, the Galaxy, or Galaxy S8. I got a Pixel 7. This is ONN, or ONN, yeah, I think it is. But, everything went good today. So, on the trivia, we're going to take 1894 on the first one, that is, and A on the alternative. It was easy. Okay, so A on the alternative, or A for Aurora. And other than that, not a lot here happening. I should have gone up. I should have looked at the computer. I'm always at the computer. I just didn't get to the app for Cedar Point. I should have seen that one. I would have gone up to Cedar Point this evening. They're just closed up. Just as a matter of fact, they're getting their last rides in. Yep, I've been up there getting my last ride for the day or night. But I'll send it back to net. There's always other weekends coming. So KCFQ back to net control.
Thank you, Mark. Got your answers down as Charlie and Alpha. Our next two stations are in down. That's W8KFW and let's see, this one. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on with this one. It says 4EOX. I'm not sure if that's an accurate. It doesn't sound like an accurate call sign. It doesn't show up anything in NetLogger for that call. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, then we have next station we have is KF5 ADE Nickelodeon. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is KF5 ADE Nick down here in Cibolo, and we're doing well. I've got my permanent party person back in the house. So it's kind of nice to have her back down here instead of being up there in Ohio with all of you guys. So we've had a pretty good week this week, and we've got a bunch more stuff coming up. So let's go ahead and do the trivia questions. Let's see. I'm going to go with the 1911 on the main trivia question, and I think that's D. The honors, I think, would be kind of like pack rats. I think they'll store their stuff into the another chamber of their burrows or whatever they want to call that kind of room. So I'm going to go with the alternative room or whatever you guys have for that. I'm not sure which that letter is. So with that, I'll go ahead and return it back to net control, because that's about all I got for tonight. So, but it's good talking to you all. KF5ADE. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Nick. Good to have Sandy back there. You got your answers down as Delta and Bravo. And speaking of your better half, let's go and talk to you, KG5SYC. Miss Sandy, take it away.
This is KG5SYC and hello. Been a busy week for me. Being up there with the grandkids, I pulled in, flew in here, and about I know the great kept asking Mom to keep me there. They didn't want me to go. At any rate, Mama said, no, she's got to go home to Opa. So, but we're hoping to make it up there around. ones. KG5 SYC.
All right, thank you, Sandy. You were broken up quite a bit there. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't think you're trying to get in RF where you're at now. I'm glad you made it back down, and I think I heard you talking about how your family didn't want you to leave. I got to say, you kind of chose the worst time to leave because you were up here when it was all super hot, and now you're going back to Texas when it's starting to cool off. I don't know. That's my thoughts anyway. Could you do me a favor, though? Could you come back with your trivia answers one more time? I think we missed those.
Okay, KG5SYC. Maybe I need to pull the phone away from my mouth a little bit, or maybe I need to hold my arm in the air and maybe get better reception. I don't know. But trivia, with my arm in the air, let's go C as Bravo and Charlie. KG5SYC.
All right, ma'am, that was much better. Whatever you did with that pose, do that pose every time. That way we get in good, and then we also get to hear Nick laugh in the background. And we have your answers down as Bravo and Charlie. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, going through our check-ins for the Beacon Net. Next, we're going to talk to K4OG. Mark, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for us this evening?
Hey, good evening, Nick at Night, K4OG here, and hello to all the netizens out there. Well, I'm reduced to a clear node and an HT. I've packed up all my radios, and it'll be like that for a few weeks, getting ready for a move. I just used my ham laptop to submit a new key certificate for Logbooks of the World, and I converted an ADIF file to Cabrillo, whatever you call it. That was a pain, and uploaded my Ohio QSO log, all 4 contacts, and they finally accepted it. So I'm done. I can close my computer down and pack it away. Pick it up in a few weeks. The answers. I'm going to go with Bravo on the first one. And Alan's question, I think it's Alpha. I'm pretty sure I saw an otter on Discovery Channel cracking them shells open with a rock and sticking the rock under his armpits, or he was just washing his armpits. I'm not sure. Anyway, K4OG back to net.
All right, thank you, Mark. Good luck on your move. I don't know. Personally, I think my computer or my radio would be the absolute last things I'd pack up. I'd probably move everything, come back for a second trip just to load that stuff and take it back. And then it'd be the first thing that gets set back up, which would annoy my family. But hopefully, I'm not moving anytime soon because I don't want to. And we got your answers down as Bravo and Alpha. Next, we have K8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WKY.
KE8QFD. Well, I hope you guys can hear me tonight. I'm having some technical difficulties. If you can hear me, I'd say the main answer would be Delta, and the alternate would be Charlie. And I have always wondered if this is Labor Day, Labor Day coming up, you would think people would labor on Labor Day. Instead of, they should maybe call it Labor Day off. KE8QFT, back to net control. No. Oh.
All right, thank you, Fred. Got your answers down as Delta and Charlie. And not sure what you were using to get in there. I have a feeling you might have been using Echolink. And if you were, you have to push the talk button when you're done talking, so it stops transmitting. So we had to sit there and wait for you to time out. Not a big deal. Just if that's what you're using, that's how that works, and that's what you have to do. And as for Labor Day, I didn't associate Labor Day with working until I pretty much started working. I was born at about 10 p.m. on the Sunday before Labor Day, so when I was a kid, I thought Labor Day was all about having babies. That's what I knew. Anyway, so that's where that stands. And next we have K6KJV Kevin. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Thank you very much, sir. Nick and Matt, first hand up. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California. I'd like to say hello to you and the rest of the crew and everybody else on the net. And I'll get the trivia out of the way. Not that I have to, because everybody knows my answers. Double D, Delta and Delta. That's because got to support the Cornwaldo beans there. And them little ocean rats, back in my younger day, when I used to surf along the California coast here, that was many moons ago, them little things used to pop up all around you, and they'd lay on their back, and like, I can't remember who said it, but yeah, they do crack the shells, the clams, and everything with the rocks, and yeah, it's kind of a sight to see. So just being out there kicking back with them. You don't bother them, they don't bother you. But my answers still are double D. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic back to you. Say God bless 73, each and every one of you, and your families and friends. And take it away from K6KJV. The mic is yours, sir.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Got your answers down as double D, Delta, Delta. We appreciate you checking in there. Yeah, I've never tried surfing, and that's probably because I have the agility of a cow. I almost slipped, and I didn't say, I almost fell today in the shower. Not slip and fall. I almost tripped on nothing in the shower over my own 2 feet and caught myself before I ripped down the shower curtain. So that would have been awesome for my wife and son to hear if I tumbled through the house, which didn't happen. Anyway, thanks for checking in with us there, sir. And next we then talk to you, KI5 RFI Mac. How you doing, Mac? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening from Northwest Arkansas. A beautiful day down here in the Ozarks. Started out with a little rain early this morning, and it warmed up and got pretty hot in the afternoon, but I think it's going to start cooling down tomorrow, which we're looking forward to. My answer to the trivia questions, I'm going to go with Delta and Bravo. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Mac. Yeah, we are looking forward to some cooler weather. It's supposed to cool down here quite a bit tomorrow, so looking forward to that. But we have your answers down as Delta and Bravo. Thanks for checking with us there, and glad everything's doing well down in Arkansas. Our next station, actually, before I go to the next station, I'm going to identify. This is KEQQ on a WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. And our next station is WB9YPA. Michael. How you doing, Michael? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Okay, I'm going to take it back there. Mike is on a phone call, so we're going to have to get back to him here. Maybe I can post the blue screen when he's off his phone call, and we can come back, or you can recheck with us. Either one works. And that takes us down next to KC3SEG. Greg, I haven't heard you in a while, Greg. How you doing? How's Baltimore treating you?
Hey, Nick. KC3SEG from Baltimore. Although my time is getting short here in Baltimore, I'm leaving for Panama City Beach tonight. I'll be a permanent resident down there. So we're packing up here and anxiously getting ready to head on down. I'll be leaving on Friday the 13th of all days. And thank you.
All right, thank you, Greg. You're breaking up there a little bit. I heard you say you're moving to Panama City Beach. That sounds fantastic. I know we've got a few local hams here that have headed down that way. One of them's about to come up next. Warm weather Wade is to call him. And then we've got a couple of our morning check-in stations that moved down to Jacksonville. So, you know, people like moving to Florida. My grandparents live there. My dad lives down there, and I've been down there. I like Florida. I like Ohio more, honestly. That's my thoughts anyway. But congrats on the move. Good luck to you. And definitely when you get down there and settled in, come back and join us again. We're always happy to have you on the net. And we'll keep saying you're from Baltimore until QRZ updates that. You know, they'll have to do that once eventually all the paperwork gets filed. Anyway, good luck, sir. Oh, yeah, I did not catch your trivia questions. Do you want to come back with those for me, please?
Yeah, Nick, bravo. Roger that.
All right, copy that, sir. Catch down for Bravo and Bravo. And our next station here is WD8MIU. Warm weather Wade. How you doing, Wade? Haven't talked to you in a bit. How's life down in Florida treating you?
Hey, Nick. I'm on Echolink. And I'm dog sitting again. Did the whole month of August. Went home for 3 or 4 days, and now I'm back again. My stepson has got another job he's got to do, and so we're kind of
all right, Wade, I think we got disconnected. You said your stepson has something. So are you back in Florida or are you back in Ohio when I come back?
W8WKY.
No, I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida. I'm in Lutz, Florida, helping my son, my wife's son, actually, my stepson needs some help with the dog again. I did the whole month of August and went home for 3 or 4 days, and now he needs me again real quick. So I don't know. We got a lot of traveling, but anyway, I'll turn it back over to you. You got my answers, double D, I think, and we'll be listening. WDWU.
All right, thank you, Wade. I got your answers down there for Double D. Good to hear you. Glad things are going well for you. And I appreciate you checking in. Okay, we're back. We're down at the bottom of our list here. We've got room for more check-ins. So anyone out there that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K, Phil and Canal Fulton.
All right, we got WV3K. Do we have anyone else out there who'd like to check in? Please call now. All right. Hey, Phil, WV3, take it away, sir.
Hello, Nick. It's good to hear you. And I think I heard our other Nick, SLG. I just want to say hello to you, and Robin and I are just taking a fine evening here, resting and watching a little TV together, and she's working on her computer as well. And anyway, we're looking forward to just having another wonderful day spending for the holiday. We're not going to be on the road, so that'll make it safer for us. Sometimes holidays don't bring but some higher risk of tragedies, and I don't want to see anything happen. But anyway, looking forward to tomorrow, whether it's rain or shine, and it'll be beautiful just like it was today, even with the mist that we had this afternoon. Anyway, blessings to all on the net, and I hope that everyone is doing well. And may everybody have a very wonderful night, and nice job running the net, Nick. Thank you very much for taking my call, and you have a great evening. Take care and God bless, my friend. WP3K, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Phil. Glad you're having a nice weekend. And one thing I didn't catch, though, did you have answers for our trivia questions?
I didn't hear the questions, so I'm kind of blind to yield any kind of possible answers on my part. But it would be fun to hear the questions if you did could get them read back. Appreciate that. Back to you, Nick.
Not a problem, Phil. We've been going for about 45 minutes here, and we happen to got the questions read again only the first time around. So let's go ahead and do another reread. Let's go talk to K8BZA Eric and get the main question read for us. Eric, take it away.
KE8QK Group, this is KE8VZA. Reread of the main trivia question. Labor Day established as a national holiday in the U.S. by your possible answers are 1809 or 1894 or 1900 or 1911. This is K8VZA, back to net control.
All right, Eric, we're going to have to come back to you again. It sounds like somebody was keying up on top of you, and there was some sort of static keying up behind you after you let go. So we're going to come back and do that again. And before we go back to talk to Eric again, we're going to swing down and talk to KD8SLG Just Nick, who is about to turn into a pumpkin. So Nick, take it away. All right, maybe did not catch Nick before he left, so that's how it goes. And yeah, that's how it's going to go. Anyway, we'll go back up and talk to KE8VZA, Eric, again, and see if we can get that question read. Somebody was keying up over top of him, so if you were trying to, please stand by. We'll do a call for check-ins here in a little bit. So, Eric, please let's go with that reread again.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA returning with a reread of the main trivia question. Here we go. What year was Labor Day established as a national holiday in the U.S. by Congress? Alpha, 1809. Bravo, 1894. Charlie, 1900. Or Delta, 1911. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question read. Alan, take it away.
Alrighty, KI5DAY in the net. Along with Larry. Here's tonight's alternate trivia question. This has to do with otters. Otters will often store things like rocks, food, sticks, and other things to use later. Where do they store these things? Is it A, under their armpits, B, in a separate part of their nest, C, they bury them like dogs, or D, they hide them in the Cornwaldo Bean family cemetery? KI5DAY.
All right, thank you, Alan, for another reread. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater going through check-ins with the Beacon Net. And we're going to go back down and talk to WV3K Phil, see what he has, see if he has answers for the trivia questions. So, Phil, take it away.
WB3K here. Nick, I'm glad that you had the questions reread. Thank you. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, what I can pull out of that, since I don't know the answers to the first question for sure, I'm going to go with Bravo, and I think I'm going to go with Alpha on the Alpha on the first one, and Charlie with the second one. So there's my two answers, right or wrong. A lot of fun participating, and I hope that everyone does well on the following holiday coming tomorrow. So KQO, WV3K, back to net control. Thank you, Nick, and doing a great job. Talk to you later, buddy. God bless all.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Phil. We have your answers down for Alpha and Charlie. Thanks for checking in there, sir. Always good to hear you. And we're at the bottom of the list here. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater. I just did this. I'll do it again. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PO tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going to take some more check-ins. So anyone out there that would like to check in, everybody's welcome. Everybody. Please come back with your call sign, phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KE8HNK.
Kilo India 5, Juliet, Hotel Quebec, KI5JHQ.
All right, I have K8HNK Elmer, and I have KI5JHQ Justin. Is there anyone else out there that would like to check in? Please call now. All right, I have a correction on the last call. He goes by JD, not Justin, so we're going to correct that in the NetLogger. Once we know the personals, then we can always correct them. But we're going to go up and talk first to K8HNK. Elmer, how you doing, sir? I haven't heard you for a while. How's life treating you? And how the Jeep's coming? I know you're always working on your Jeep. Take it away, sir.
Good evening there, and I hope I'm coming in okay. Let me turn this fan off here real quick. Yeah, I just got the base station set back up, so that's the reason I'm checking in. Got a new job which enables me to operate on the radio a little bit more and set up my base station, especially after the big flood of 24 here. We had 4 inches of water in the basement and destroyed my shack. The Jeep, I just put a starter on it this weekend. I wound up having the first one go bad and then had to retake it and put it back in, so I kind of became an expert at putting a starter on a 98 Jeep Wrangler. Other than that, just wanted to give you guys one for the numbers. This is K8HNK. Stay healthy and stay blessed, and back to net control.
All right, sorry about the flood there, Elmer. That sounds catastrophic. You took out your radio station. I'm glad you're getting things sorted back out. It's good to hear you on here. Come back anytime. It's good to have you. And next we have KI5JHQJD, who Alan in the blue screen has absolutely nothing bad, great things to say about JD. So let's go with that, and let's see what JD has for us. Take it away, sir.
JSQ returning. Well, sir, I just spent many hours today getting a UHF VHF antenna into the air, and so this is actually the first time I've been on a repeater in quite some time. I have been an HF only sad ham for some time now. But I've got one in the air, and hopefully I'm making the trip because my QTH here is a long ways from the repeater. And it's good to be heard again for sure, and I would like to put my answer into the trivia question as the great state of Oklahoma, and I'll send it back to net control.
All right, JD. Yeah, your antenna's working fine. In fact, you are booming into that repeater. I might suggest turning your gain down just a smidge. You're coming in quite loud, quite clear. So whatever you did to get that up, it's working. Let's see. Did I catch your trivia answers? You want to come back with those?
I actually do have the mic kind of hot. I'm probably 75 or 80 miles from the repeater, so I didn't expect to make it this well. So, but as for the answer there, it is the great state of Oklahoma is my answer for the trivia, and we'll send it back to net control.
That's right, sir. You said the great state of Oklahoma. I heard it. I didn't register it, and then my it showed back up at the NetLogger, so I got it there. But I appreciate you. As I like to say, never mind. Anyway, got you in there for the great state of Oklahoma. And we need to go back up and talk to K8HNK if he's still around, because I don't think we got his trivia answers. So, Elmer, if you're out there, would you like to give us your trivia answers? Okay, he might have stepped off and we might have missed him. Anyway, this is K8QKO and the WWQR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to have room for more check-ins. So anyone out there that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go up and talk to our net control team. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA. Good to hear everyone tonight. I'm not going to answer the main trivia question, obviously, but for the alternate trivia question, I'm going to go with Alpha. Under their armpits. There's something I heard about that, possibly. It's got one half of a brain cell that held on to something about that there that makes it ring a bell. So Alpha. Let's see, this weekend been pretty good so far. Had my parents and a nephew and a niece over this evening, and we grilled and did puzzles and played a few games and had a good old time. So it was very good. Looking forward to having the day off tomorrow, and am very thankful to all those people out there who continually work very hard at some very, very hard jobs to make life better for the rest of us. I really do appreciate that. And that's all I have for tonight. KE8BZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Rick. We got your answer down for Alpha for the alternate question. And next, we're going to talk to KD8EPC, Dustin. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KE8QKO and the BeaconNet. This is KD8EPC. Well, good evening to you there, Nick, and good evening to everybody on the net. Let me just get this out of the way real quick and tell you I'm going to go with double D's on the trivia this evening. I do want to wave a hand at JD there, KI5 at JHQ. It's been a long time, so JD, it's great to hear you, and stick around after that. We'll try to have an after party there. Otherwise, worked all weekend. I've got tomorrow off, though, so tonight I'm going to stay up late, play some radio, and have a little fun there. So there you go. That's all I've really got for you tonight, Nick. Thanks again for doing the Labor Day edition of the net. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. This is KD8EPC, back to net control, 73.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Sounds like a Labor Day after party. I know I slept in today, so I'm not ready for bed yet either. And let's see where we're at here. We got KD8 SLG went to bed. We have W8 HRF, Josh. I think he might still be out there. So, Josh, if you are, take it away, sir.
KE8QKO and the BeaconNet. This is W8HRF. Good evening, Nick and Knight. Good evening to everybody on the BeaconNet. Trivia. I'm going to do Delta for Eric's trivia, and I'm going to do, I think, Under the Armpits for Alan's. Anyways, that's about all I got for that. Having a pretty good weekend. I took off Friday, which was nice. It must have been a good day. I don't remember it. Today was good. We went to church in the morning. I got up early. That was cool. Got some ironing done. That was nice to do. Actually went on a run, and then played some poker with my brother-in-laws and a few of their friends. So that's probably, I think today is I think I came out with the most I've ever, I think I came out on top more than I ever have before so far on poker. Came in with $10 and left with 25, so that felt pretty good. Yeah, that was kind of cool. So, I don't really have too much else. I'm kind of tired sitting here. We're playing Minecraft with my brother, and it's going okay. I'm just digging a hole, essentially. Anyways, I'm gonna pass it back to you, Nick, at night, and say 73s. We'll catch you later. Thanks for running the net, and we'll catch you next time. KE8QKO W8HRF.
All right, thank you, Josh. Got your answers down as Delta and Alpha, and that's what I do when I play Minecraft. I pretty much sit there, I dig a hole, I build stairs going all the way down the hole, and then when I get stone, I smelt it, and I build walls around the hole, and the walls get bigger, and the hole gets deeper, and that's what I do when I play Minecraft. So that's the way the game goes. And next we have your better half, K8YUK. I don't know if she's around and wants to check in, but if she is, Lucy, let's get your comments for the net.
Oh my word! And anytime I hit the handheld, my speaker buzzes. Hi everybody! I forgot about this portion of dealing with technology. Oh my goodness. Jeremy, I will talk to you in a minute. Okay. I have my brother in my earbud, and the speaker buzzed in my ear, and it's incredibly unsettling. Anyway, I'm going to do trivia before I forget. I'm going to go with double A is what I'm going to go with. And today was pretty good. Great weather. Betty played outside with me, and she had a great nap, and I was able to read a great book while Josh was playing poker. And dinner was delicious. He grilled burgers, and it was amazing. And in general, it was a pretty great day. So far, so good, and hopefully tomorrow will be just as good, if not better. I don't know if I'll stick around late for an after party. I am dragging, but to everyone who does, I hope you have a great time. K8YUK, good night, God bless everybody. Back to Net Control.
All right, thank you, Lucy. Looks like we did not catch your trivia answers. Do you want to come back with those?
Only because you asked so nicely. Double A, please.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Got your answer down for double A. Next, we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan to get his comments and primary answer, or main trivia answer. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY Internet. Hey, yeah, my primary answer. Wow. I don't know why when you said that I thought about Optimus Prime, but that's not going to be my answer. I think I'm going to go with D on the primary. I'm not so sure about that, but it just sounds like a good date to choose. So we'll go with that one. And believe you me, some dates are good, some are bad. I've been on some pretty bad dates, but that one sounds like a good date. What else? Man, all is good. It's been a busy weekend. I've been having some fun, and I'm off till Tuesday, thankfully. Hopefully, if tomorrow's weather cooperates, I'll be outside experimenting with some ham sticks, playing around with a tripod and a magic carpet, which is a Faraday cloth that you hook a ground wire to from your coax connector down to your Faraday cloth, and with a little ham stick up in the air about 14 or 16 feet. Works pretty well, so be doing some of that, I hope, if I'm not too busy with other things. Not a whole lot else. Larry, the rubber chicken, says hello to everybody. And good to hear JD. Yeah, shout out to JD. He ain't been here in a while, and the boy belongs in a nut house. I'm telling you, he's nutting a fruitcake, but it's good to hear him. Shoot it back to you. KI5TAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Got your answer down for Delta for the main trivia question. Yeah, I had a good weekend. My answer is going to be Delta and Alpha. Did some barbecuing this weekend. Loved it. I haven't had much time to do that this summer, but yesterday I made some burnt ends. I had a brisket that I cut up a while back and shoved in the freezer, so I separated the point and the flat and cut the flat in half, so I had smaller chunks for smaller meals. And but I took the point out this weekend and smoked that up yesterday. Got up nice and early, put it on the smoker, and worked on that all day. Did some pork belly burnt ends for the first time. That turned out really well. And then of course for pulled chicken, for anybody that I don't know, for whatever reason didn't want the better of the two meats. So yeah, that was my weekend. Had some time with friends, cocktails and bonfire and all that kind of stuff, and then lounged around today. And then tomorrow I have an air show. So good weekend, good Labor Day weekend, good way to round out the summer. And that's where I'm at. All right, this is K8QQ. I'm a WWKY repeater. We've got everybody checked in and commented on the Beacon Net, so we're going to do one more round of check-ins for anyone out there that wants to check in and answer the trivia. Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard on that round of check-ins. Let's go back up and talk to K8VZA and get the answer for our main trivia question. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA with the main trivia answer. What year was Labor Day established in the U.S. as a national holiday by Congress? And the answer is Bravo, 1894. And Nick, you may have been alluding to this. Oregon was the first state to pass a law recognizing Labor Day on February 21st, 1887. And that same year, 4 more states, Colorado, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York, passed laws creating Labor Day also as a holiday. But by the end of the decade, Connecticut, Nebraska, Pennsylvania had also joined. And by 1894, 23 more states had adopted the holiday in each of those states. And then later on in June of 1894, Congress passed an act making the first Monday in September of each year a legal holiday that we know as Labor Day. There you have it. Answer was Bravo, 1894. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. I can just think, not a big fan of larger governments and things like that, but I can imagine the chaos that we'd have today if the entire country had Labor Day weekend spread out on like 3 different weekends, and how the holidays would work out in that regard. That'd be weird, especially with remote work and things like that nowadays. But anyway, thank you there, Eric. Appreciate the main trivia question. And next we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan, get the alternate answer read for us. Alan, take it away.
All right, KI5DAY returning to give tonight's alternate trivia answer. And yeah, I got the first one wrong, so I'm going to see if I get my own wrong. If I get my own wrong, I don't deserve to be on here, but we shall see. Tonight's alternate trivia question was, otters will often store things like rocks, food, sticks, and other things to use later. Where do they store these things? Was it A, under their armpits, B, in a separate part of their nest, C, they bury them like dogs, or D, they hide them in the Cornwall Bean family cemetery? The answer is actually A, indeed. Sea otters have flaps of skin under each of their forearms. Yes, otter pits. These flaps give them a convenient place to stash various things to eat, as well as a place to store tools such as rocks, which, yes, they do use to smash nuts. And we all know how painful that can be. KI5DAY with Larry, the Ripper Chicken. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Alan. That's a good point. If I see an otter and his arms are all tucked in nice and tight, don't walk over to him. We don't want him smashing any nuts. You know, and I originally thought that was the right answer, and I almost second-guessed myself, because when you talk about storing food, I'm like, well, otters go in the water all the time. The food would get nasty and soggy. I wouldn't want to eat nasty and soggy food, but I'm also not an otter. So there's that. But anyway, thank you for another fine question there, Alan. We always appreciate it. And we're going to open up here for one more round of check-ins. Anyone out there that wants to check in, recheck, or have a comment on something with the Beacon Net, please call now.
Yeah, VK4 Delta White Bravo, Doug at Upper Mount Gravatt in Brisbane, Australia. I've been sandbagging or listening in there, and I'd just like a comment, to make a comment, over.
Copy that, sir. Can you come back with your call sign one more time? I wasn't writing fast enough.
This is Victor Kilo, 4, number 4, Delta Mike Bravo. It's my initials, Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf, at Upper Mount Gravatt in Brisbane, Australia. If you turn the globe up the right way, you'll see straight out at the top. It's back to you, over.
All right, copy that, sir. Victor Kilo 4 Delta Mike Bravo. Yeah, go ahead and take it with your comments, Doug.
I do apologise because I'm not sure who's running the net, but anyway, this is BK4 Delta Mike Bravo, and I just think it's really cool. When I was working, I had to buy a tool belt, and he's got one built in, so it just shows you how advanced they are. Anyway, thanks for the trivia, really interesting and pretty cool sort of a question there. BK4 Delta Mike Bravo. Have a good evening all. Thank you for inviting me in. I do appreciate my friends Romans and countrymen that are lending me their ears. BK4 DMB, Doug up in Narcobat in Brisbane.
All right, thank you, Doug. Thanks for checking in with us there, and thanks for listening. Yeah, this net meets every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time here in the U.S., so I don't really know what time that is where you're at now, but you're always welcome to join us on any of those nights. We have trivia on both nights, and it's usually a pretty good time. So again, my call is K8QKO Kilo Echo 8 or Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Kilo Oscar, and we're located in Northeast Ohio, about 45 minutes south of Cleveland. So yeah, always happy to get a new check-in and hear some new voices on here. We always appreciate it. Are there any additional check-ins or comments for the Beacon Net? Please call now.
KDDPC with a comment.
Go ahead with your comment.
All right, thanks very much there, Nick at Night. Well, I just wanted to come back in there and elaborate on your time. That's 0200 UTC, and that's every Sunday and Wednesday, I guess Eastern time then, but UTC, that'd be 0200 when the net starts there. That's all I had for you, Nick. Great job. Thanks for doing it, and we'll look forward to the next one. KDDPC, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Dustin. That's about to change, is it? When we fall back, it'll be 0300 UTC once the time change happens. But then again, the time change here and the time change in Australia, that's discovered that's a very different thing. They do their time change earlier, so it shortens it down to 3 hours. For that, anyway, I hate time zones and time changes, but it happens. And yeah, that's where we're at. So thank you there, Dustin. Anyone else would like to check in or comment to the Beacon Net, please call now. All right, nothing heard. Well, I'm going to wrap this thing up, and I believe there's probably going to be an after party. So anyone wants to hang around and chat, hang around and chat. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8BZA, KD8SLG, KD8EPC, KF5DAY, W8HRF, and K8YUK, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 4496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater. Special event tomorrow. We have AV8MO Andy spinning the dials for the Barometer Net, so if you get a chance, give him a hard time. At 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday. Also, don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time. 73 all.
All right. Very good net there. This is KD8EPC. We're standing by here for anybody who might want to hang out and have a little after party with us.
5JHQ, you can come in.
All right, well, it sounds like it might be a small one to start there. KI5JHQ, my good friend JD, how are you, my friend? It has been, geez. Man, I think the last time I talked to you, I was coming home from Oklahoma.
I imagine we probably talked a couple times since then, but hey, I got that mic gain turned down. Am I still doing pretty good there, making that repeater okay?
Yeah, you're doing just fine. I would leave it right where it's at. Your audio is real nice. You were a little overdriven before, so whatever you did, whatever you changed is working real good. You're full quieting into the machine, so impressive for what? You said you're 80 miles away?
I'll have to go look it up. I bet I'm not 80 miles. I bet I'm every bit of 60 miles and probably a little bit over that. So it's quite a trip for me. But I just spent pretty much the entire day getting this antenna up. And it's about 70 foot in the air. And so apparently it's the height is making the difference here.
A line of sight, that'll do it for sure. Did you put it in a tree or in a tower on top of a building? Where'd you put it?
It's on top of a tower. And then it's got a little, extender pole on top of that. I've got another tower here that I've never put up. It's still sitting off the side. One of these days I need to get up to, but I took a promotion here about a little over a year ago at work, and I just have not had the free time like I'd had in the past, and it has really affected my radio time.
I got you. Well, congratulations on the promotion, and we're glad that you did have some time tonight to say hello to us. As soon as I heard your call, I was like, oh, man, that's JD. I haven't heard him in forever there. So 70 feet, that's pretty good. Mine's only, 12 feet off the ground right now, but I've been talking to the neighbor, and she's going to let me put an antenna or two up in her tree. So this antenna is about to go from being, 12 feet off the ground to 35 or 40 feet, and I'm already almost the highest spot in the area. You look from my ridge over to the next ridge, and it's a pretty far distance. So there you go. But yeah, man, that's wild that you have been so busy you haven't been able to say hi to us. But we're glad you're here now. You still been working HF?
W8WKY.
Yeah, I run HF quite a bit. When I moved from Morris about 2.5 years ago or so, and I never put up a UHF VHF antenna here at this location. I'm way down in a bowl. The location like UTH I used to talk to you guys all the time from there in Morris was a great spot, and I was able to make all the repeaters around. Here in Everdeen, look is a ridge. No, I've got a 574-foot loop antenna up. I've got 2 cage dipoles up in some trees, and then a 10-meter vertical, and a couple of things. And so I've got 7300 that's just stays on the loop antenna because I can use it on any band, and then I've got a F-DX10 that's hooked into all the other antennas there. So I do HF still quite a bit, even though usually it's all, get home, get on FT8, and then go to bed or something like that. So not near as much voice as maybe you ought to do. KF5GHQ.
Hey, Dustin, can I say hi to JD, WD8 in my ear?
Go ahead, Wade. Good to hear you. Take it away.
Yeah, JD, I don't know if you remember me or not. WD8MIU, Wade. I was on that trip down to Oklahoma, and we live in Florida, and I used to live in Ohio, and good hearing your voice, and I'm coming in right now on Echolink, but I guess it works. Anyway, back over to you, JD.
Never forget a warm weather Wade. Never, sir. Never. Good to hear you, sir. Good to hear your voice.
Yeah, they call me warm weather Wade, but they all say, how do you stand that hot weather in Florida? I said, well, how do you stand that cold weather in Ohio? It's just a matter of preference, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys continue. My wife should be calling here shortly, and I didn't want to not say hi, so I thought I'd jump in and do it pretty quickly there. So you guys all have a good evening, and thanks, Dustin, for allowing me to jump in. And I don't know if you got any other after-party people there, but I'm going to let you take it. So over to you, Dustin, WD8MIU, Seminole/Moose, Florida.
All right there, Wade. Well, wonderful to hear you out there tonight, and been good to hear you again on the air, too. We missed you for a while there, not nearly as long as JD, though, so we'll say 73, tell the wife we said hello there, and hopefully we'll hear you again there real soon. JD, take it away.
I'd been saying that I was going to put another antenna up in the air for the UHF, VHF antenna air for quite a while. But Friday, I ended up at a garage sale and bought a whole ton of ham equipment. And it came with a bunch of coax and stuff like that, and a bunch of power supplies and radios and on and on and on and on. But it, kind of gave me the motivation and the coax to kind of get all this stuff put up in the air. So I guess I ran out of excuses.
Well, that certainly happens. Sometimes you just run out of excuses and you got to put an antenna up. I don't know, you may have already told me, but what model antenna did you throw up there?
I legitimately don't know. It is a Cushcraft dual band antenna from 1999 that was amongst all that stuff I bought, and it seems to be working quite well. I don't know what the gain is on it or anything like that, other than it is really, really long, so I figured it must be good.
Hey, I like that theory. It's really, really long. It must be good. Hey, as long as the SWR is good, and it's definitely getting out and doing the job, so we're happy as can be there. I'll tell you, I haven't been playing a lot of HF here myself. Several months ago, though, I was playing on 10 meters, and I even flipped on my old CB for a little while and was talking to guys over in Texas and Arizona and all kinds of stuff over there. So 10 meters is kind of fun when it opens up. Otherwise, I've got the 9-to-1 unknown over here with a piece of wire hooked to it, so it should, in theory, do 40 through 6 meters, but I haven't really had a chance to test it yet. I've got to run coax inside the house still. Got the antenna hung, but the coax is just kind of sitting there on the roof of the house. So there you go with that. In FT8, I haven't really gotten into that one either. I still play a lot of voice modes there. But now that you got your antenna and you got no excuse, we hope to hear you a little more often.
I hope so. Like I said, I will be honest. I don't have the free time I once had, and so I don't get to just kind of sit with the radios like I once got to. They've got me in a really, really nice company truck. So no radios in it, no drilling holes in the firewall, what have you. So no HF mobile and all that stuff, and the APRS bacon and everything that I had stuffed into my old one. And process stuff from time to time, but you know, kind of have to respect you know, their pickup there.
Delta Alpha Yankee.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood. We better board up the windows and lock the doors. I only heard Delta Alpha Yankee, but I know that voice anywhere. KI5DAY all day long. Alan, take it away.
Gentleman and JD, hi. What's going on? Yeah, I just was listening to you guys. I thought I would jump in there eventually. I just going through some paperwork from the American Airlines Club. Oh my goodness, man! I'm the treasurer, and we're going through some growing pains, and I'm going through some growing pains myself, trying to figure some of this stuff out. But I've got paperwork that I got to go through, bylaws and stuff that I'm learning, and all this jazz, and we're getting ready to swap our financial account over soon. We're going through some issues with one of our situations where we're trying to get the net hooked up to Allstar Echolink. We ran into a little bit of a stumbling block, or we'll just say a person who's a stumbling block, but we'll see that soon. But anyways, all is good. I just got a pile of stuff in front of me here and thought I would jump in while I could. And good to hear you again, JD, as always. And I take it you're still down at the pumpkin patch. Over to you, JD.
You know, I'm out here, like I said, between Hoffman and Digger. I think they call it. But really, it's the middle of nowhere. I'm surrounded on three sides by a game refuge, and love it. Way out here, the only thing is that we're right off Deep Fork. I can see the Deep Fork boat ramp from my window, but just barely. It's a little ways away there. So I am way down in a hole. So I really did not expect to be able to make this repeater. And surprised I made it, and surprised that I'm making it in from what you guys said as well as I am. So maybe it gives me hope that I'll be able to get into a bunch of these other repeaters as well. I haven't really tried. I turned it on, heard you guys, and I said, well, crap, that's good timing, and just kind of jumped in from there. KF5HQ.
All right, KD8EPC with the group. Well, there you go, JD. We're glad that you made that time just right and got in there. And I'll tell you what, you might not be able to drill holes or put a big radio in the company truck, but you could always take an HT and a Node with you and hook it up to a hotspot when you got a couple of free minutes and say hello there. So just like the old days. But I know new jobs make you busy there, and that happens. I'm actually getting ready to go through that now. I'm been looking at other places, and I'm getting ready to leave my current employment of 13 years. So kind of terrifying, but also going to be an exciting new adventure if things work out the way I'd like them to. With that, I think it's going to go back over to Alan now. And Alan, I hope your growing pains get figured out and you guys get Allstar hooked up, because boy, I'd sure like to stop by there on Sunday nights for a minute before the net, and then I could come and check out the AA net and go to the Oklahoma D-Star net, which I forgot about tonight, and then the Beacon net. I can do a three-for-all in one foul swoop there. All right, Alan, take it away. KI5DAY from KD8EPC.
Yeah, copy that, Dustin. We were like right on the cusp of just the next step was to get a hold of our contact out at our union hall, where my company's union hall is, where the union I'm in, and our repeaters out there and everything, and we were ready to go. We got all the equipment together. One of our IT guys, which is basically Greg Mader, got everything together for the most part, and we just were getting close to hooking up, and another one of our individuals had some disagreements on some equipment or something, which I won't go into the details about, but it caused us a setback. So we're trying to figure that out. We're having a meeting this coming Saturday, and there's going to be some ramifications or changes to try to fix this situation. And yeah, it's going to be real fun. It's going to be a real treat, Clark. Looking forward to it with great envy. But I'm also trying to come up with a, like I said, a formula for certain things that I don't fully understand. Our bylaws we're updating. We got our website updated. It hadn't been updated since 2000. The AA Club was slowly diminishing until a bunch of us newer guys got in there. Now it's revamping. So, yeah, we'll get there. It's just we're going through some growing pains, like I said, and a little bit of a setback, and that's all right. We'll work through it, I hope, and we'll see what happens, and we'll let everybody know once we get there. I think I'll ask Greg to make the grand announcement if we can make it through these situations and issues. But anyways, yeah, I didn't know you was plumb out there, JD, but I saw all that stuff you had on those pictures the other day. Man, that was quite the pow. Where did you get all that stuff?
I just got lucky there, Alan. At a garage sale. A guy had bought all this stuff up in the very late 90s. They decided he was going to become himself an amateur radio operator and gathered up a whole ton of it, quite nice and very expensive equipment, and then never could pass his code test. And I got all this stuff. The vast majority of it's still in the package. This antenna I'm talking to you on, I took it out of the package, assembled for the first time, and it had the instructions and everything on it. Had 1999 stamped on it, and Justin ended up with that all band, all mode 14220 or 14440. Nice Icon radio. I sold that one to him, and then Jerris got that tri-band Kenwood that was amongst the stuff, and I've been going through totes and everything else in the world, but yeah, quite the haul. It's some really, really nice stuff. I really lucked out. Get a 5 JSQ.
Copy that. Yeah, you did for sure. When I get a little more downtime, I might go back and look again at that pile and see what you got left there. But, man, I've just been jumping through hoops busy lately, and working second shift still. Between that and my church stuff that I do sometimes on Sundays, I do a little music off and on, and then I do the VFW post stuff, and then running around seeing family and friends when I get free time, and Lord have mercy, college football season started. That's just what I needed. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm looking to trade an ICOM 718 here pretty soon for a Yaesu FT891, or I'm going to sell my ICOM 718 and buy a Yaesu 891. I keep finding them on YouTube for like $500 and something. I found one for $532. A guy was selling free shipping. I offered him 3 different offers up to $515. He said no. So if I can sell that ICOM, I'll probably go ahead and buy a Yaesu with that, because I like the FT891, and I want to have one for my field day and one for my ham shack. That way I'll get familiar with them so much there'll be no question as to what's doing what. But I got to still change my antenna pole outside. It'd be cool enough, I think, to do that here pretty soon. And I'm going to change a ballon, and I'm going to see how my reception does. I'm going to go from 21 feet up to 26 feet up with my G5 RV Junior, which still works decent, and put a new 49-to-1 ballon in there and see how that goes, because I think that's what the G5 RV Junior actually calls for, of all things, which is strange, but that's what it says. So I had a 1-to-1 in there. But back over to you, Dustin.
All right there. Man, I don't know where JD's finding garage sales at, but I certainly need to find those garage sales, too. It sounds like quite the incredible haul there. I've hauled home a bunch of old equipment, but not a bunch of new old stock stuff. But you were talking about your new antenna there in the box, brand new. I did get a brand new in the box UHF beam antenna, and the package date and the shipping date said 1972 on it, so that was really interesting. It's still sitting in the box in the corner, so one of these days, if I ever decide to put it up, it's there. Take it away, JD, KI5GHQ from KD80PC.
Returning. Just pausing there to see if anybody else wanted to jump in, and if there's anybody else out there, by all means, jump in. But no, I really looked out. I've got a whole bunch of like Astron power supplies and a whole bunch of antenna tuners and totes full of just connectors and coax and this, like I said, this antenna that I'm sitting there talking on, that ICOM 706 that I had to take the microphone out of the package to hook up to, and most of this stuff, I don't know if an antenna has ever been hooked up to it, and the story I got is if some of this stuff was taken out of the box, it was hooked up to listen to. But of course, none of it ever got any use, and had just been back shelved since, well, about the turn of the century there. So, and I just happened to be the only guy that showed up to that garage sale that knew what any of it was, and so I lucked out, no doubt about it. But it did give me all the stuff that I've been saying, oh, one of these days we'll have that. I'm going to put up a UHF, VHF antenna, but and I got it, so I was out of excuses. I spent most of the day getting this thing in the air.
Yeah, 5LW.
KC5RBG.
Welcome to the party, guys. KDDPC.
JD, I thought you might want to hear what this radio sounds like. I'm talking on that ICOM 820. It's a pretty sweet little rig.
ICOM is absolutely booming in here, Justin. I'm really glad it's working out for you, and hopefully that Jared gets the same use out of that Kenwood. And I heard Shannon jump in there as well, so I'll send it over to him and let him hand it off to, I think, Dustin from there.
Well, I just now got to get the radio fired up. Went and had some hibachi tonight with Kenyon and my girlfriend Amanda and her daughter. We all enjoyed it, and then me and Kenyon came back and he's played some games, and now he's watching YouTube, and you know, we've had a really good day. It's been a fun day. Just been enjoying our time. The dogs have been fairly decent today, so that's been nice too. It's been an absolutely beautiful day here. Would have been a great day for a bike ride. And Mitch even sent me a text, asked me if I wanted to go on a bike ride, but I asked Kenyon, so I wasn't able to do that. Kind of bummed about that, but well, it is what it is.
W8WKY.
I think it might be my turn. Let me make sure I've got it here. All right. Well, Justin, good to hear you, and Shannon, great to hear you out there, my friend. Also, sounds like quite the evening. I had hibachi a few days ago and really enjoyed it. It was actually the first time I've had it here. The first time I ever had it, though, was out there in Oklahoma with you, so glad you guys got to enjoy that here. And, boy, I don't have anything else this round, so I think it goes back to JD now. Take it away, KI5GHQ from KDDPC.
We managed to skip Alan, and we can't put, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you can't leave Baby in the corner, so I'll send it over to Alan and let him get in there as well. KI5GHQ.
KI5DAY. Sorry, I had to wait on my Node ID there. I think I heard Justin in there. My goodness, I forgot his call sign. Is it AF5JL? My brain's on a hayride. Yeah, I think that was Justin, and I heard Shannon in there. I was just kind of sitting over here going through some paperwork, man. Again, you know, this paperwork is eating my lunch, but I got to get it done before next week's meeting with the AA Club. But all is good, man. I just enjoying the conversation, and it's good to be me. AF5DAY. Was Justin in there, AF5LW, or whatever your call is? I ain't heard you in so long. I didn't even know you was still on the planet. Go ahead.
5LW here. Yeah, I'm still around. Been pretty busy. Haven't been on the radio much, but you can blame JD. He piqued my interest with a deal on the radio, so here I am. I think it is JD's turn. After I'll throw it back to you, Alan, for a response.
Okay, well, it's good to hear you, man. I know it's been a while. It's just sometimes you hear people on the rare occasions anymore, but it's good when you do hear them. So good to hear you, and we'll shoot it back to Mr. JD. Go ahead.
Listen, that radio's absolutely booming in. If it's got a mic gain, you might even turn it down just a touch too. But I'm glad to hear it's working for you, and that means that puts quite a few of us 2-meter sideband capable. So we'll definitely have to be testing that out sometime soon. I got that 706 back there that I can hook into this now antenna that I have in the air. And I never got to actually do any 2-meter sideband, so I will definitely be that out sometime soon there.
I just turned down the mic gain a little bit. Let me know if that sounds better. It has a little it has like a volume dial on the front for the mic gain.
Hey fellas, I'm gonna jump out here for a little bit. I got a phone call. KC5RBG.
All right, I'll pick it up there real quick. I'll let you know there, AF5LW, I think you need to turn it down a little more even. It's still a little loud on my side of things, but I'm not on RF, so maybe those guys can tell you better.
All right, I'll give you guys a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 7300 mic on this old ICOM. It just happens to be the same pin out, and has the up and down buttons that work on it, so I think it's a good fit, but it probably has a little more gain than the original did. Let me know if that sounds any better, if I need to go down more.
I'll send it back over to Justin and Alan to get you a report there, but everything you say is absolutely enunciated well and everything. It sounds really, really good. I think it's just kind of a loud radio. You're a bit louder than the other two guys, but you don't sound overmodulated at all. Like I said, I'll shoot it over here to Justin, let his get his opinion in on it as well. But sure, I'm glad it's working out for you. Really am. 10-5 GHQ.
I think JD nailed it on the head there. You're not overmodulated, but you're louder than everybody else, so there you go. I mean, if it's not a problem for anybody else, I would leave it the way it is, because I think you sound good there. Of course, I think all ICOMs sound really, really good, speaking from the guy who's got mostly ICOMs in his shack. So there you go. I think it goes back to Alan now, since Shannon's on the phone, so KI5DAY to take it from KD80PC.
Yeah, I figured we could get rid of Shannon if we had to. Hi. No, he got busy there, but man, what was I going to say? I don't know. I'm just happy to have a 3-day weekend more than anything. But I went out of town yesterday. I drove up to Hominy to see my cousin and his wife, and they were having at their church up there. They got this old First United Methodist church. It's like turning 100 years old this year. And you go upstairs, and it smells like an old church when you walk in. But when you go upstairs into the sanctuary, they got these really cool stained glass windows, man. They're beautiful. I don't know how they've lasted and stood the test of time, but somehow they have through all the storms and chaos. But had a good time with them, and my cousin's wife is a music major. Even though she's in her 70s, she still plays piano and sings pretty well. So I got my guitar out, and we did a little jamming, and that was fun. And then today I spent some time with my sister and brother-in-law and my nephew and his wife, and we had smoked bologna. That was pretty good. And I don't know what else. Racking my brain here with this paperwork, trying to catch up on who's paid their dues and who hasn't, and getting some bylaw stuff looked at and all that jazz. Man, if you ever volunteer to be a club officer, be ready to work whenever you figure out what the heck's going on, because that's what I'm trying to do now. But I don't know what else to say. I'm just happy to be here. Hi. I don't know whose turn it is. I think I'll just shoot it over to AF5 LW. Justin, go ahead. Or WL.
Thank you, Alan. AF5LW. All right, guys, I'm at 25% mic gain now, so you have to tell me if that's a little more reasonable, if it's still a little boomy. We had my parents over today, and my wife's parents over, and my sister and her husband and her 2 kids, and my daughters came home from TU, and we cooked out some burgers and swam. So we had a great day here in South Tulsa. I think I'll throw it back to Dustin. Is that back? I've lost track.
Well, I think it's supposed to go back to JD there, but before I hand it to him, I'm just going to tell you that I think you sound wonderful. I would leave it right there. But go ahead, JD, take it away.
Justin, tell us what 30% sounds like.
All right, that's probably about 30%. I'm just kind of gauging it. It's just a knob with a white mark on it, and it goes all the way around. So I turned it up a little bit more there.
That radio is it's a talker. I'd split the difference to right where you're at. You're not overmodulated, you're not clipping at all, but that radio is just, it's much louder, but it doesn't sound overmodulated at all. So I would split the difference between the two of what you had, and I think that's where it's at.
All right, thank you much. Sweet, sweet. I got on eBay and I found the tone boards for this thing. We got one coming from China. I'm sure it's a copy of one, but and then I found a used one in Canada. So I already put like $100 in the radio, JD. I couldn't resist. I had to have all the options in there.
W8WKY.
You're lucky enough that it actually seems to talk even better than it looks. So I'm really glad that worked out. I am. I hope Genesis ends up working out just as well as we're kind of all hoping it will. But that is the first tri-band Kenwood I think I've ever seen. And I knew Genesis was a Kenwood fan, but so am I. I've been trying to find another 710, but boy, they're impossible to find and they're ungodly expensive. So I may end up with an FTM 500 for too much longer. I don't know. I'm still a little mad at Yazoo after my FTM 400 exploded. Take it away there, I believe Alan or Dustin. I'm not sure who's coming. I'm lost.
Take it, Alan.
It'll be Dustin, Alan, Justin, JD.
All right, well, I guess it is my turn there. Boy, yeah, those Kenwoods there, I was looking at getting that exact radio for my mobile, but I couldn't justify spending the $500 to $700 everybody is asking for them. And funny enough, JD, I've got an FTM 400 sitting right here on the shelf with burned out finals. So there you go. I feel the same way about Yazoo. Alan, take it away.
Well, I'm pretty much like Yazoo and Baofangs, but I got a ton of handhelds. I had no idea I'd ever wind up with so many handhelds. I think I got like 26 now or something. I can't even keep count. And I've given away probably 10 of them. But Yaesu's, yeah. I used to have a Yaesu FTM 7250D in my car, but now it's my ham shack. It's my primary ham shack radio. I love that radio. I've got an ICOM 2730A in my Charger, but in my Jeep I've got a Radioddity DB20G that I'm using on the ham side, and it works quite well. What else? Like I said, though, I'm looking for another Yaesu FT891. I'm very tempted to go onto eBay and get that one for $532. That's actually a good buy on those radios. They're hard to get for under $600. But I definitely want to swap my ICOM out, my ICOM 718 out. I'm kind of old school when it comes to ham shack radios. I'm not looking for anything too fancy, and I don't need a waterfall and all that. I just want a radio that has the bands and it has the numbers on the screen and easy to follow and easy to understand, because I like simple. But that's just me, and I don't get to play on HF enough to justify having a really nice, like a 991 or a 7300 or something. But the 881 is nothing to laugh at. It's a good radio, and when you're in direct sunlight, you can still see the screen, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, let me let this drop. I have one more comment. KI5DAY returning. A couple weeks ago, I got a little bit of free time, not a whole lot, but I went outside and I took a 10-foot tripod, stuck a little adapter on top of it that's a 90-degree adapter that has a coax connector, and it has a screw-on connector for a ham stick. I stuck a 44-inch ham stick on there, 20 meters, put it up in the air, and it was about 14 feet up, and I took a small battery clamp type clamp, hooked a little 12-gauge copper wire into one end and the other end into another battery clamp connector, a small one, and hooked that to a Faraday cloth that I stretched out on the ground. The cloth is about maybe 4 feet by 10 feet or so. It's not real big, but it's big enough. And put some boards on the corners to hold it down. And so I grounded my antenna connector to the Faraday cloth. I saw that on YouTube from Michael KB9BBR, who's a online Elmer. And it worked quite nicely. I was doing quite well on 20 meters, so I'm hoping tomorrow I can get some results like that with 10 meters and also 40 at some point if I get enough time to do that tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get up bright and early in the morning, not real early, but early enough, and get out there and play around with that and see how it works. KI5DAY, back over to you, Justin.
I just barely made it there. I was switching out the power cord. I got one, I had one that was too long, and I swapped it out for a shorter one. But anyway, Faraday cloth, I'd never heard about that before, Alan. How does that, how much difference did it make for you?
Okay, well, the theory behind it is, instead of using ground radios, like these guys on YouTube come up with this idea, there's an online guy named KB9BBR, and he's a really great guy. He's a super smart guy, but he can speak in layman's terms, so he speaks my language. But one of his buddies was showing that he took a radio that was on top of his RV, and not a radio, but an antenna. It was a vertical, and he was connecting it, grounding it down to the ground to a door screen, like a screen door screen. He rolled it out, and it was about 3 or 4 feet by 10 feet roughly, and he rolled that thing out, maybe 8 feet, I don't know. He just rolled it out and put some rocks on it to hold it down from the wind, and he connected a ground wire to it from his antenna coax connector, just like I did on my tripod connector to the Faraday cloth instead of a screen, because the Faraday cloth seems to work a little better. But it creates a ground plane instead of using ground radios, and it's easy because you can roll up your cloth real quick and put it away quick instead of having to put ground radios out. Plus, if you're out in your own yard, you don't have to have something so permanent in case you need to mow or other things like that. But you can look up it on YouTube. It's the HF Magic Carpet, and it's a really cool thing. So that's what I did.
Certainly an interesting idea. Pretty cool. I have to read about that. And you're keeping track. I think it goes to JD next. Hey, JD, how's it going?
Yeah, 5JHQ. And Justin, like, legitimately, that old radio does sound great. But no, so the whole trick of instead of running ground radio, running mesh and all that kind of stuff like that. That's been around forever. I remember me and Mike used a big old piece of expanded metal that we stick to the ground and used as a ground plane, and it worked great for our little Wolf River coil we had set up out there. Instead of having your ground radios going out in a bunch of different directions, just picture, instead of that, just a rectangular of about the same size middle.
W8WKY.